Hey guys, my name is Noah and I'm a UBC Rec fitness instructor. In today's fitness class, I'll be running you through a 20-minute full body HIIT workout that requires minimal equipment. All you need is something that can resemble these 5-pound dumbbells. Try water bottles, maybe a couple light bags or backpacks, and a yoga mat. I have 2 yoga mats just to provide you with a better visual, but you'll only need 1. Now, a HIIT workout means high intensity interval training, which means that there'll be a high intensity portion and a rest portion, and we'll be going up and down in such a manner. Try to stay true to the working section and then appreciate the resting section when it arrives. I would like to acknowledge that we're filming today on UBC's Vancouver campus, which is situated on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. I also understand that many of you will be joining us from near and far, and I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners and caretakers of those lands as well. Before we begin, I would like to recognize our partners at Participaction. For those of you who don't know, they are Canada's physical activity promotion brand, and they've done a tremendous job of encouraging Canadians to move more throughout their day. And finally, I would just like to acknowledge that everyone has different levels of fitness, so please feel free to adjust this circuit in any way needed so that it works for you. If you have any questions or concerns related to UBC Rec, please contact the email in the description below. All right, let's get started. We're gonna jump into our warm-up, and our warm-up is just gonna be 3 steps, each for about 1 minute. We're gonna start with jumping jacks. Here we go. When it comes to the warm-up, you really wanna focus on breathing and how your muscles and joints feel as the time progresses. Depending on what you're doing, you should feel your range of motion improve with every passing minute. Right now, there's no range of motion issues with this exercise, so we're really just getting the blood flowing, getting the heart rate up. Waking everything up. Here we go. Try to stay on the balls of your feet the entire time. I don't want any heels on the ground. Almost there. And breathe. 5 seconds. Going down into a pause squat. Now in this pause squat, we're gonna hold for 10 seconds. And then we're gonna come up. Breathe for 5. Right back down, okay? Now when you do this, you really wanna make sure you feel both feet nice and flat on the floor. Think about if you were standing in sand or snow, are you leaving an even footprint? Or are you leaving a heel-heavy or toe-heavy footprint? I want an even footprint all the way around. Both prints equally heavy. Still focusing on our breathing. Always focusing on our breathing. And up. 5 seconds, shake it out. Final step to our warm-up, here we go. We're gonna do a plank walkout with some T-spine rotations, okay? It looks like this. Down onto our feet, onto our hands, walk the hands forward. You're gonna reach to your opposite toe, reach opposite toe, bring that leg forward, and reach up to the ceiling, and all the way back, and switch. Back down onto our hands, walk it forward, reach, reach, bring the other leg forward, and all the way up. And here we go. 1 more on each side. Stretching the hamstrings a little bit, activating the core, stretching the groin and the hip flexor, opening up the T-spine. And back. 1 more. Reach, reach, bring the other leg forward, and reach up to the ceiling. Try to have both arms stacked on top of each other. Your lower arm is pushing the floor away. And my hips are both stretching. This groin and this hip flexor are feeling a really good stretch. And we come back. And at this point, everything in the body is awake and turned on, and we're ready for the first round of the circuit, okay? We're gonna take 10 seconds here to breathe, and then we're gonna start round one. Round one, get into a split squat stance like so. Back foot on its toes, front foot flat. And here we go. First round, we're gonna alternate between high intensity speed, rest, high intensity control, rest. This is speed. Don't give up form for speed. I want you to go as fast as you can whilst maintaining good form. And go. Focus on breathing. Don't worry if you're not going as fast as me, or maybe I'm going too slow for you. Pick a pace that pushes you. You don't want to burn out in the first 20 seconds, okay? Focus on breathing. Notice my back foot is always on its toes. I'm never dropping that back heel down. Keep it up. 10 seconds, and then we get a 15-second break before we switch legs. You're gonna want your hands either here or here. One more, and breathe. 15 seconds, already breaking a sweat. Switch your stance. Long breaths, in the nose, out the mouth. Back foot on its toes, front foot heavy, and go. It should feel like your front leg is doing most of the work, but your back leg isn't doing nothing. Your back leg has a good job too. It's providing support and stability. Now, whenever you do a unilateral exercise, you usually want to start with the weaker leg. And I made the mistake of starting with my stronger leg. And you can tell I'm slowing down a little bit. But I never stop. Not until the set's done. Keep breathing. Keep going. Keep going. And rest. 15 seconds. Going down to the floor, going for push-ups. That last exercise was our high intensity speed. Now we're doing high intensity control. I want eccentric push-ups on your knees if these are too hard. Just like this. Slow and controlled. Just because it's slow doesn't mean it's not high intensity. All the way down, and up, and slow. Always focusing on breathing. And up, and again. Notice how my elbows are coming back every time I go down. An easy way to avoid flaring your elbows when you do your push-ups is to look at your fingers. Are they rotated in? Because they should be pointed up. Fingers pointing forward, and that's 45 seconds. Breathe, 15-second break. Laying on our back. Ready for flutter kicks. The last exercise we did, the push-ups, high intensity control, slow. Now we're back to high intensity with speed. As fast as you can whilst maintaining good form. Don't sacrifice form for speed. Here we go. When you're doing these, it's okay if your knees aren't locked. You might bend your knees a little. That's okay. Try to keep them straight. It's no big deal. You know you're doing this right if your abs get tired before your legs, okay? Keep these tight. There is no resting point for your abs here. Keep it fast. Keep the form beautiful. 45 seconds. 15-second break. And lying on our stomachs for this last bit. Okay, this is for the upper back. We're gonna be here. And these are called W into Y. You're gonna lift your feet up, your arms up. My arms and my head are making the letter W. I'm gonna reach up Now my arms and my body are making a Y. And slow. The split squats were fast. The flutter kicks were fast. The push-ups are slow, and these are slow. And controlled. I want you to feel like you're pinching your shoulder blades together here, and then locking the arms out, trying to touch the ceiling with your thumbs. 45 seconds, and that's round one. Great job. 1 minute break, and we'll do round two. Try to focus on breathing. Bring your heart rate down as much as you can. You can sit down, you can lay down. Avoid distractions like your phone if you want to stay true to the rest time. 1 minute is not a lot. So if I only have 1 minute, my top priority is breathing. Nothing else. Long breaths in the mouth, in the nose, and out the mouth. Send the oxygen down. I'm gonna jump out of the frame for a quick sip of water, and I'll be back before we start. Okay, and we'll start the second round in 5, 4, ready for our pause squats into a jump. 5 seconds, 4, 1. Breathe, hold, up. Okay, some people like to throw their hands back when they jump, like so. Find whichever way is comfortable for you. And remember, at the bottom of this squat, even feet. The weight is evenly distributed in both my feet. You see, I take an extra half second every time I come down here to kind of wiggle myself into place so I can feel that my hips are square and I can feel that my feet are even. Rest and breathe. Going down into a plank. Okay? Even though there were jumps involved, those squats were controlled and slow. So now we're going back to speed. Going into a plank, touching the shoulders. Give me as many as you can without breaking form. Okay? If you find yourself wiggling left and right, like so, try spreading your feet for a wider base and slowing down just a little. Every time my hands go up, I can feel the opposite side of my core flex. Boom, boom. My core is switching sides every time as my arms switch. And always breathing. Hands are below the shoulder, always. Almost there. Speed it up if you can. And rest. 15 seconds. We're gonna grab our dumbbells or water jugs or pencil case. And reverse flies bent over, slow and controlled. Every single rep has a pause at the top for 3 Mississippis, slowly down and repeat. Now, even though these are 5-pound dumbbells, the motion I'm doing is quite tough, okay? We're not very strong in reverse flies, not nearly as strong as we are in flies. So if you have a small water bottle, something light, trust me, it's heavy enough. You can see I'm dripping. Okay, you're gonna feel the back of your shoulders firing right now. They are burning up. And if your elbows aren't straight like mine, they're a little bent, that's okay. Okay, and again, pinching our shoulder blades together, and that's 45 seconds. Breathe, 15. Final step of the second round. Okay, we're gonna start with heel kicks for 20 seconds, or actually 30 seconds. Here we go. Okay, my hands are on my butt. I'm kicking my hands. Again, no heels on the ground. You are on the balls of your feet only, and your hamstrings are pulling those feet up to your hands. Still focused on breathing. Breathing is half the game. No matter what game you're playing, I promise you it's half the game. And switch into high knees. Last 30 seconds. Keep those hands right in front of your stomach. Again, avoid having the heels touch at the floor. I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm on my toes. My calves are firing. This is tough. We're almost done. 5 seconds. Keep it up. Here we go. And breathe. Great job. 15 seconds. That's the second round done. Now, just before we go into our cool down, we have one more exercise, and we've already done it. It's our W into Y, okay? We're gonna do this one more time for a full minute. The reason is, most of us have a slouched posture due to seated culture. Too much time spent sitting on our phones or at a computer or in a car. So, because our muscles here are so short and our muscles back here are so long, it's our job to shorten the muscles in the back in order to improve our posture. So before you leave the gym, especially if you've worked your front, which we have, make sure to turn on those muscles in the upper back, shorten them as much as you can so that you leave the gym or the yoga room or your house with beautiful posture. Here we go. 1 minute. And this time you don't have to bring your feet up, okay? Just arms. Pinch the shoulder blades together. If I put a pencil on your spine, can you grab that pencil with those shoulder blades? And into our Y, thumbs up to the ceiling. It's a very simple motion, but it is quite tiring for most of us. Because again, these muscles that I'm using right now, for the most part, are asleep most of the day when we're sitting down and leaning over. So it's our job to shorten them again. Almost there. That's it for the workout. Really good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You killed it. Now we're gonna do our cool down. Starting with our first stretch for the glutes and the hips. So here, I'm targeting mostly my glute med on this outside here. But depending on who you are and how your body is, you might feel it here on the groin as well. I feel it in both. And I also feel a small stretch right here in my hip flexor on the left side. Okay, if your foot is all the way in here, try to bring it out a little bit. You wanna have about 45 degrees in this knee. If it keeps sliding in, I usually put my hand here first. I'll put my hand here, other hand here, and then roll onto it and put your weight on that foot so it doesn't slide back. And just breathe. Enjoy it. In 15 seconds, we'll switch sides. If this is too easy, you can bring your forearms down to the ground. And if this is too easy, we're gonna go here. And let's switch sides. And don't be like me. Remember to bring a towel. Especially on these hot summer days. Long breaths. Try to feel your stomach expand every time you breathe in. Using that diaphragm as much as possible. 15 seconds. Slowly come out of it. Going right into our second stretch, also for the hips. Okay, our main target here is the hip flexor. So I'm going to put my weight on this knee. Now, if you look at my knee here, okay, the back knee should feel weight here and not here, okay? You'll notice on this knee, if I'm sitting on the front of it, I'm not gonna feel a stretch. I wanna feel the weight, I wanna feel this mat here on the front of my knee. Okay, so I put my knee, the bottom of my quad down on that mat, then I find this foot in front. And now when I come up on this leg, I can feel a deep stretch on that left hip flexor. And again, just breathe, baby. Long breaths. And if it's a little too uncomfortable to be up here, you are fine on your hands as well. Light and long is always better than sharp and short. So when you stretch, don't go to a place that hurts. You want it to feel like a 5 out of 10 for a minute to 2 minutes. If you get a deep stretch for 30 seconds, you're not doing anything. And switch. And again, I want to feel this on the mat, not this, this. So I bring that leg there. I can see it there, it's good. Hike this other foot forward. And if you feel it here, that's great. But if you can come up, you'll feel it a lot more. We're almost done here. You did a great job. The circuit wasn't too long, but it was a good full body circuit. We turned everything on. You got nothing sleeping on you today. Try not to let those rear delt and upper back muscles fall asleep on you later. And rest. And finally, the last one of the day, we're just gonna reach through here. And then go up. 2 more times. Reach. Really try to get to that door with my hand or that wall. And up. Remember, both arms look stacked upon each other. And last time, reach. And up. Almost done. Really reach with this hand. If you do it right, you should feel the muscles between your shoulder blades stretching, those rhomboids. Right here, I push, push, push. I scoop my shoulder blade forward. And that's it for us today, you guys. Really good job. And thank you, Participation, for allowing us to make these free videos for UBC and UBC Rec. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and until next time.